Do you really want to use that agent that you just see everywhere, that has 100 properties for sale at once, maybe sells 200 properties a year? Well, let me give you a little secret. Let's assume the agent lists 150 properties per year. Now, 10% of these are going to be great sales. So 10%, 15 sales per year are going to be absolutely record-breaking, smash out of the park sales. They're going to be 5-star reviews, 100%. We'll give these 5 stars. There's going to be 20%, so another 30 sales. They're going to be really good sales. They're going to be, this agent was really good. They achieved much more than we expected, etc., etc. Then there's going to be the 3 stars. So that's another 20%. So another 30 sales, they're going to be 3 stars. The sellers are going to be happy. They're going to be like, look, we got sold, we got there. It wasn't amazing. It was, enough to get us sold. So happy days. On the back end of that, there's going to be 3 crosses where they're not happy. They're like, we were a bit ambitious. Maybe the agent was a bit ambitious on price. We didn't quite sell. We'll try again next year. There's going to be 4 crosses where they don't like the agent. The agent's lied to them. They've told them too high a price. We were too ambitious. The agent didn't give us the right feedback. The marketing was terrible. Something was wrong. Find your own agent. Don't go with the agent we use. We didn't like the way they worked. And then you've got 5 crosses. Absolutely hate their guts. That agent absolutely sucks. Do not use that agent. Do not go anywhere near them. Do not buy off them, etc. So over the course of time, these agents will list 150 properties in a year and potentially sell 75. But the top 30% have had a great experience. So that's 45 people that are going to recommend them to all their friends. So 45 people a year are going to recommend these agents on. Now the middle 40%, some of them are going to recommend the agent on, some won't. Some will say choose an agent you like, choose an agent you trust, choose a local agent, choose an outside agent. They're going to give you advice away from that agent potentially. But the bottom 45, they're going to absolutely not recommend the agent. They're going to tell everyone to steer clear of that agent. They're as dodgy as sin. But these agents bank on these 45 people at the top of the chart. So if you turn that into year-on-year recommendations or referrals, you're looking at 45, 90, 135. That's 135 recommendations in 3 years. So agents tend to work on this fact that if they list enough and sell enough for great prices, they're going to be able to brag about them, pick up some sales in the marketing, but also get enough recommendations that they continue on this business as a merry-go-round. Now, it's going to take a long time before they've burnt the bridges of everyone in a suburb, because they're also achieving great prices in that suburb as well. So before you choose an agent based on their self-promotion and how good their suburb records are, how many are they listing and how many are they selling? How many are they selling that are actually record prices compared with how many they're listing? There's a lot more to it than you think, than just using the brand you see everywhere. The agent that's holding the most properties may not actually be looking after you. They may not have time to go to the open homes. They may be sending people that haven't got the experience. They may not be speaking to the buyers. Now, these numbers, I've made them up, so it's not 100% accurate. But to give you an idea, this sort of stuff does happen. If you speak to someone, they'll have had a great experience with an agent, and then on the other hand, someone won't want to buy from them because they've had such a horrible experience. So make sure you check out your agent, do a bit of research, ask around, attend a few open homes, see how they treat their buyers and sellers before you make a call.